Here's the dog. Here's the big biter. Here's the dog.
Excuse me, you're invading my private. Look.
All right, good. Got it. Child is crying here because of you. It's going on social media. Go ahead. You want to smile for the camera? Let's smile. Pull out your phone. You want to record me? I'm recording you. Pull out your phone. Record me.
Shame on you.
Record me. Shame on you.
Now why don't you go tell them that?
Shame.
Go ahead and tell them that.
Shame on you. You brought your dog here to bite my child. Shame on you.
Did you just say I brought?
Yes, you did. Your dog came around my child. You did not even come to take the dog away from my child.
Ma'am, you know that's a lie.
You brought
She just said I brought my dog to bite. No, she's crazy.
It's being recorded.
She is crazy.
You're crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
See? Good. You just hit me, right? You just hit me, right? You just hit me.
And I have that on camera too. Thank you.
God.
Yeah, bye.
Crazy.
Shame on you.
Here's my biting dog.
Shame on you. Go.
This
You want
is
your
the
biting
dog
dog.
that
Go.
you accused of
Go
coming
inside
to
your
bite
house.
Your child.
Go inside your
Say it
house.
again.
You coming to talk to me? You want to come and talk to me? Pull out your phone. You want to record me? You brought your dog around my child. Let me tell you something. Are you a mother?
Yes,
you have
sir,
children?
yeah.
All right. Well, then you need to have some respect for my child. You brought a dog I don't know around my child.
You think
You brought this? I don't care. I don't know your
Don't
dog.
do the innocent thing.
I don't know your dog.
Here's the dog. Here's the big biter. Here's the dog.
Excuse me, you're invading my private. Look.
All right, good. Got it. What's your name?
I'm gonna get the license. Yeah, get the license plate.
Look at what you're doing.
Look at what you're doing.
Neighborhood.
Okay.
And you have brought these people who are crazy.
Victim.
You came up to us, first of all.
And you hit my phone twice. There you go. Go ahead.
Moving the stuff
Uh-huh.
off
My
of
property.
this.
That's
No,
fine.
it's not your property.
This is my property.
Yes.
You're messing with
And I am
stuff.
moving
Just
your
leave
Yeah.
property.
We will move. Don't worry. We'll move it back.
to go.
We'll move it
You're
back.
racist. You're racist. You are racist. Shame on you. Shame on you. You're racist. Racist. Shame on you.
You can tell them that.
Shame. Bye.
Call the cops.
Go right ahead.
Do it right now.
Bye.
Go ahead.
Do not take what I'm teaching and writing lightly. It is the truth from your God, and you shall soon bear witness that it is the truth. Allah has said to me that we are living in the end of the world of white rule, a race whom Allah has made manifest to you and is being real devils. They were created to rule us for 6,000 years, and then Allah will destroy them from the earth and give the earth back to its original owners, the black nation. The time has arrived, and you must know the truth of this race and yourself and nation. You must be reunited to your own nation. The time is ripe for your return. You will never again be slaves to any other nation. Allah will make you the head and not the tail. Accept your own. Stop destroying yourself trying to be other than your own kind and patterning after a doomed race of devils. You may say, how am I to live without going along with my enemy's desires? They did not create themselves. We are the creators. Our father, the black man, feeds them. It is not our God who created food for all. He raises the clouds from the earth and causes them to pour their water on the thirsty parts and causes the seeds to germinate and grow for your food. Can this devil whom you trust do these things? And is it not Allah who has made the earth to rotate on her axis in such a way that she causes changes in seasons 4 times a year to satisfy life and vegetation in all parts of the earth? You are letting the devils fool and disgrace you and are taking you to hell with them. Your God, Allah, will be happy and will rejoice in feeding, clothing, and sheltering you if you believe. The Bible teaches you that he fed and sheltered Israel in the desert. Fear not, Allah is with us. The enemies of Allah and the righteous are leading you only to evil and indecency, as the Holy Quran teaches you and me. They are pulling off your clothes and showing the world your shame, and you think it is right. They are used to going nude. They have nudist colonies here in America to prove it. 4,000 years ago, all of Europe was a nudist colony, and your little daughters are being brought up to not be shy of indecency. You have them stripped to their trunks, all because the devils invited you to wear such styles of theirs, and you are obeying this to tempt the black people in becoming sharers in their doom. The white race are not hostile toward me because I am a Muslim and because I am teaching the true religion, Islam, to my people and to worship of the true and living God, who is not a spook, but a flesh and blood person. They are hostile against me and my followers because we are the original black nation, whom they are made to hate from the very beginning of their existence 6,000 years ago. They were not made to love or respect any member of the darker nations, for they are by nature, as Almighty Allah has taught me, incapable of loving even themselves. They cannot produce good, for they are without the nature of good. They cannot love Allah and his religion, Islam, for it is against their nature to submit to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. All manner of evil and corruption has come from the white race. Though we as a people have become affected by over 400 years of contact with this race of devils, we have become like them in many ways, but we are not by nature evil or unrighteous, for we are not a grafted product from any other race. So we are not weak physically or mentally toward doing evil. And inherently, the world knows that inherently black people are not evil and violent. Because if we were, our response to racism would be a whole lot different, right? Be a whole lot different right now. Our response to a lot of stuff that we experience. Now, context, we have been rendered docile over the centuries. But even before that, we were not murderous people. We were not inherently evil people. We were not inherently bad people, right? So I do agree with that. But I also agree that we've adopted a lot of the behaviors of our oppressors. So now we do express some of those violent and terroristic behaviors that our oppressors express. But that's from the conditioning and the assimilation. I do agree that we are not inherently evil. We're not inherently bad people, but we've been conditioned to be. The so-called Negroes have not only given free labor, but have given their lives on the soil of their masters and all over the earth, wherever his hateful and murdering slave master wants them to go. Now the slave wants better treatment. They are fast learning today that these are the children of those who made merchandise of their fathers. Devil is the devil regardless of time and place. They deceived our fathers and are now deceiving the children under many false disguises, as though they want to be friends of the black man, such as integration and intermarriage. So, of course, you know, the Nation of Islam is against both integration and intermarriage. They promote separate nations and separate spaces for black people and white people. The devil said to Allah, I shall certainly come upon them from before them and from behind them and from their right and from their left, and thou shalt not find most of them thankful. This is being fulfilled before our very eyes today. The devils are doing both. They come to the so-called Negroes as friends and as open enemies. They go before them, changing the truth into false and coming behind the truth bearer to the so-called Negroes, speaking evil of the truth. They threaten the so-called Negroes with poverty and imprisonment and make rosy promises to them only to deceive. They are telling the so-called Negroes that they realize that they used to mistreat the Negroes, now that they are going to do better and forget the past. Let us live like brothers, for we are all from God. Along with such smooth lies is an offer of one of the devil's women's. The poor so-called Negroes fall victim, and the devil men raid the neighborhood of the so-called Negro women day and night and make all desires hell fire. This is why they have planned to beat Allah to the so-called Negroes. What you should do, the answer, stay away from sweathering with devils. Surely this is the end of their time on our planet. Allah said to the devil, get out of it, despised and driven away. Whoever of them, the Negroes, will follow you, I will certainly fill hell with you all. So remember, your seeking friendship with the race of devils means seeking a place in their hell. And so, once again, they believe that the time of the white race's rule is coming to an end. It's ending. And if you are aligned with the white race, you will be destroyed by Allah. That's basically what they're getting down to. But it's still getting to our assimilation into white culture. You still have to get to that. Our assimilation into white culture. Our need to assimilate into white culture. Our want to assimilate into white culture, because we see that as our salvation. We see that as our path to success. We see that as our path to a better life. We don't see us building for us and doing for us as a path to a better life. And that's the problem. We don't believe in ourselves. We believe that our only salvation is through the white race. That's a problem. No race of people will uplift and empower another race of people. You got to understand that. Why would your oppressors empower you? Then who would they oppress? Our only salvation and our only way of empowerment is through ourselves and doing it ourselves. Some so-called Negroes who are in love with the devils do not like to see nor hear it being made manifest. We could lose them without ever missing them, for all who are found believing in and in love with the devils will be destroyed with the devils. Now the world must know how to distinguish the real devils from the non-devils, for there are thousands of our peoples throughout the world who can hardly be distinguished by color from the real devil. There are certain climates which seem to change the white race into a red or brown color. And where they mix freely with our own kind, their skin and eyes show a difference in color. The eyes are brown and grayish blue. Be carefully watching their behavior. You can easily distinguish them from our people, dark brown, yellow, or red. The characteristics of their children are easily distinguished from our original children, regardless of how near in color they may be. The devil children, whenever they are around and among original children, like to show off and love to make mockery of the original children. They teach them evil, talk filth, sing filthy songs, sound familiar? Flash filthy dancing and games, and will not leave the original children without starting a fight. Their little mouths, like their parents' before them, are filled with cursing and swearing. Remember the Bible's teaching of this race of devils, and especially in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 through 12, and Revelation 12, 9, 17, and 20:10. The treatment of the so-called Negroes by the devils is sufficient proof to the so-called Negroes that they, the white race, are the real devils. Now, talking about behavior characteristics. Now, he said we're getting into a time where our children will be, their behavior, will they be all this dancing and all this stuff that we putting on social media, the filthy songs, the filthy dancing, the filthy games, the filthy way we are behaving, the filthy way we are talking. Like, we have viral videos. We have actual viral videos of parents uploading their children just cussing like sailors. I would have got bust in the mouth for cussing around my parents. I'm 40 years old and I still don't curse around my parents. I am 40 years old and there is no way I will curse around my parents. But parents nowadays, because of the negative conditioning, have just opened the gates up. Now, when I was young, when I was growing up, children cursing at and in front of their parents was a white people thing. Now we see black people doing it. Because that was the idea that, okay, these are white people behaviors and black people behaviors. We all know the stereotypes. We all know the behaviors. We all know I'm not making stuff up. So, but nowadays we're getting to the point to where we remember we would hear police reports, and by the nature of the crime, we could tell who did it. Nowadays we can't. But even this, children cursing at their parents, like, it's a viral video going around of a bunch of little 2-, 3-, and 4-year-old girls singing the little sexy red song, shake that ass, let that coochie breathe, let that coochie breathe, shake that ass, let that coochie breathe. And an adult is filming the kids singing the song and dancing to it, trying to shake their little bodies and stuff, which is crazy. An adult encouraged that and filmed it and uploaded it. We're doing bad out here. We're doing bad.